Zach Cregger shares an update on his DC Universe film. Cregger is one of the most notable names working in horror today, breaking out in 2022 with the movie Barbarian, which impressed audiences. But this year, he saw a smash hit with Weapons, which earned rave reviews and an impressive box office haul. Yet Cregger's career is already slated to shift again after Weapons. While he will still stay within the horror sphere, Cregger is stepping away from an original film and into an existing IP to direct a new Resident Evil movie. The film is currently scheduled for release on September 18th of next year. However, in an interview with Screen Rant, Cregger spoke about his work on a script in the DC Universe. Screen Rant's Ash Crossan remembered an interview that stated that Cregger wrote an original script within the DC Universe, but without any superheroes. Cregger confirmed this and said he has been excited about this project ever since working on Barbarian. The director did say, however, that the DC Universe is a kind of crowded playing field between Matt Reeves, James Gunn, and other key filmmakers. As such, he knows there will be barriers in the way of him doing this movie, and thus will wait for one day when the time is right. Check out the full quote from Cregger below. Screen Rant: I saw in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter that you wrote an original script that takes place in the DC Universe, not connected to any superheroes. Is that you putting that out there as a manifestation, or is that something that you're actively talking about? Zach Cregger: Well, no. It's funny. I talked about it when I was doing press for Barbarian, and at that time, before Barbarian came out, I was really a nobody, and not like I'm a big hot highfalutin guy now, but Barbarian was an unproven, untested movie, and so then I kind of was putting it out there. Not strategically, not intentionally, but I was excited. I love the script. I still love that script, but that IP, that Gotham City IP, is the most coveted thing. And right now, there's a lot of people that have their own kind of flavor. You've got Matt Reeves and what he's doing with it, and you've got James Gunn and his DC Universe. There's just all this stuff. It is a very kind of crowded playing field, and my movie, I don't think it really fits into any of that. And so it's fine. I have no problem with the state of things with DC. It's great, but I understand the hurdles that would be in front of me if I tried to get that movie going next. And so what I think I'm going to do is, I haven't shared it with James Gunn or anyone over there. It's just one day when the time is right, I'm just going to leave it to the universe and that door will open and I'll happily step through it. But I don't think it's going to be this year or next year or probably the year after. Screen Rant: Well, I would love to see it. I'm a huge fan. Zach Cregger: It's a great story, I got to say. I think it is awesome. So I hope we all get to experience it one day. That would be great. What this means for Zach Cregger's DC script. Josh Brolin as Archer yells at a PDA meeting in Weapons. Cregger's quote makes it clear that this Gotham City-centric movie is not happening anytime soon. Rather, it is a distant dream. This is something that Cregger will hold onto in his back pocket, but that he is not actively working on at the moment. This is somewhat disappointing for the DC Universe, as Cregger could have been a fantastic budding auteur voice to add to the mix. The IP is already on the upswing after this summer's Superman movie, so adding even more high-caliber directors like Gunn could be a welcome shift. Nonetheless, Cregger fans will have to wait. Our take on the Zach Cregger DC movie. Julia Garner, as Justine Gandy walks outside of a school in Weapons. It is a shame to hear that this film is not on its way, because it sounds like a fascinating concept. The DC Universe is so tied to its superhero stories. Even though this is welcome with a movie like 2025's Superman, it would have been interesting to see what Cregger could do working on an original story within the IP. Hope is not lost for this unproduced script, however. As Cregger gains even more mainstream attention with Resident Evil, it is very possible that he will circle back to the DC film. And if Resident Evil does well enough, the powers that be in the DC Universe may even be encouraging Cregger to come over to their IP.